Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me. Hey family, so we're back with another past life pie reading. This time I made it slightly more specific. We've been looking to see, whatever connection you're looking for, whether it's an ex, whether it's just somebody chaotic you had something with, or a crush. It really could have applied in a bunch of different ways. And I noticed it as I was tapping in with each pile. So I made a note that this time we're going to look to see if this crush is a past life, divine masculine, divine feminine, lover, soulmate, any karma associated with the connection, like any unfinished business from any past lives you two may have. But I do want to focus on the new and incoming energy, just to keep it clean, okay? So I'm gonna hold up the thumbnail now and let you choose your piles. Pile number 1 is the blueberry pie. Pile number 2 is the key lime pie. Pile number 3 is the orange pie, and pile number 4 is the cherry pie. I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1. Let's see for my blueberry pie. Is this crush a past life soulmate? And any unresolved karma between the two of you. So let me get a good shuffle. Tell me for this blueberry pie. Is this a past life connection? And is there any karma regarding my blueberry pie's crush? All right, okay, 2 messages. You may be the group that sees the repeating 1s and 6s, whether it is 166, 616, any combination of that. You may be seeing that. And it's very clear to me that this person, they're here to awaken I'll lead with discernment, just to keep it broad, right? So in the most mundane sense, this person's here to broaden your perspective, broaden your discernment. In the highest frequency, this is someone that is literally here to open your third eye chakra. That's here to help you tap into more intuition. That's here for you to I can't even get the words out, for you to tap into your psychic ability. And I don't know why I'm struggling to communicate. Maybe you struggle with communication. Maybe you struggle with expressing yourself. Maybe you struggle with interpreting what you see, or, verbalizing anything you see. This person's here to help with that. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not certain that this person is a past life connection. I'll lead with 2 sides for now, just because I'm trying to discern exactly how it's gonna fall. We'll pull more cards to see, but for now it looks like 2 categories, where this is someone from a past life to come and help connect with you, to awaken you to this life. And then there's the side of you where you've kind of elevated spiritually, and this is a brand new soulmate that's here to take you a step further. Okay, let me put that down. When you met this person, and some of you may be asking about something incoming, hence the future perspective of the third eye. Like, if you don't have a crush, you're like, my next crush that's a soulmate that comes in, what's it going to be like? It's going to be very awakening. Something about this person is going to be so shocking, or is really shocking, because there's a conceptualizing of a third eye, like basically seeing things you've never seen before, seeing things that haven't even happened yet, right? Being introduced to a world you didn't even know existed. It's like you see your whole life, past, present, and future, in this person's eyes the moment you meet them. Okay, so let me see. I got a cosmic flower. See, that's exactly what that is. When we talk about this crush is the cosmic flower in your world. So let me get more tarot so we can see what this is all about. Especially if you have a tendency to lack patience, this person is here to awaken why patience is necessary, helping you understand that. Because especially, okay, you know what, you may be my pile of I'll take that in a second. My pile of late bloomers, of maybe like being limited in experience in terms of just life, maybe love, just in general, whatever area I'm talking about, right? Where we talk about people that develop a little later in life, whether they ascend in their career later, literally grow slower, catch on to things a little later in life. When we talk about discernment, when we talk about experiencing lovers, like this feels like that group. For some reason, it just feels like whatever delays you've experienced in life or slow pace, meeting this person helps you understand why it was like that, or just connecting with this person makes it all make sense. Okay, so what's this? Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, red is root chakra, pentacles in this deck. So financial material changes, especially if you've been slow to build, slow to gain on a material plane. Could be financial, could be asset, could just be physical, right? When I talk about developing physically, when I talk about people that are late bloomers and discover intimacy, like physical intimacy later in life, things like that, feels like that group. And this person being the person that kind of helps you awaken in that sense, or elevates you to another level regarding those things. Especially when we talk about setbacks, especially when we talk about changes that seem to be periods of bad luck. I'll categorize it like that. Like when we talk about periods of bad luck, this person, it feels like this person's mission, I'll say, is to awaken you to what the lessons are regarding those periods of bad luck, and also here to help support you, usher you through those periods like a cosmic flower. And I wouldn't be surprised if you actually met, this person during a downtrodden era, like where things were really going wrong, where it feels like was a lot of bad luck, just can't win for losing, like they say. Like it feels like someone you would have met around a period like that, especially since we have the Death card of transformation. Now, we're going in depth a little bit because there's some type of karmic debt or inheritance, and it could be both, associated with this person. And I say it could be, it is, right? When there's a karmic debt that's owed, that means there's a karmic inheritance that will happen on the other side. The end. So that's kind of what ties you two together. Okay? And why the energy may be super intense. Yeah. Super intense at first sight. That's what it feels like. At the bottom, I've got the wisdom. Someone is here to be a teacher. Someone might be intended to be a spiritual leader. Honestly, I know we're talking about a crush, but I could honestly see some of you, like this pile could apply to someone that's meant to be your psychic, your astrologer, your Reiki healer, like anything that's esoteric in nature. This could be the person that's meant to either introduce you to those things, expand that for you, support you in that. And doesn't mean that it's not romantic, but I'm just saying, romance aside, crush aside, that seems to be this person's role or your role with this person, right? When we talk about the Hierophant, the spiritual leader, and I mentioned that karmic debt, I mentioned that karmic inheritance. One of you is the other's karmic inheritance via that karmic debt. Just to clarify, we've got it here with the 6 of Pentacles. We talk about the Prince and the Pauper energy. In this deck, it's someone overlooking all of their successes, right? Material, spiritual prosperity, but it's someone giving to someone in this Five of Pentacles state. The Pentacles is out in the cold, literally, traditionally, outside of the religious home, in the cold, homeless. Okay? We got 2 5s here. Lots of 6s, lots of 5s. But outside in the cold of the religious home, and changing that situation to where someone with that wisdom, someone with that knowledge, someone with those assets, giving to the person that is in the lack here. Okay? That's exactly what it is. Okay? So we went from a financial, material change and transformation to a material, spiritual prosperity. You see what I'm saying? Like, this person seems like they're going to take you to the promised land, or you're going to take them to the promised land. It's someone that's going to usher in a glow up for you, and vice versa. Because even if you're on the end where you are the wisdom, you are the karmic debt, this person, by it paying, something about the transaction alone leads to both parties being in a much better position. I haven't gotten far enough to see how that's going to benefit both of you. But so far it looks like the one on the receiving end of whatever wisdom, elevation energy, is initially receiving a spiritual inheritance. So tell me more about this past life crush. House 12. Yeah, I'm telling you, some of you, these connections on the table, there is one that is the role of the spiritual esoteric leader, right? We got the house 12 of spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Same exact vibe right there, right? Same exact vibe. And so at the bottom I got a fixed sign, especially if you have your 12th house in a fixed sign, or them, right? There is some 12th house signistry here, and this literally 100% always does indicate some type of 12th house signistry. Okay, especially now that we've got the sign of Scorpio ruling the death card on the table, and we have it here as well. So someone could have a 12th house in Scorpio specifically, but that also applies for Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius, okay? But there's some stability here, there's some loyalty here. So what I like is, despite it being a brand new crush, the intensity of the connection and the role of the connection, regardless of if it's temporary or long term, these are two people that are going to be immensely loyal to each other. Have to be. Your fates are kind of intertwined in a way where the one that gets ahead via the esoteric occult one needs that one to see. And I haven't seen where that one, the one that I haven't seen where the one that's more 12th house themed in nature and awakening the other benefits. And the reason why I'm pausing is because as I'm looking deeper, I know I led with it feels like one takes on the role of the spiritual leader. Third eye is just any guidance where we see someone's hidden talents, hidden character flaws, right? You in somebody's 12th house, you can see, you have access to everything that they either avoid, run from themselves, or truly just, it's the blind spot that they can't see. So when you're able to point that out like that, it benefits them. That's why the house 12 is very sensitive in our chart when it's activated by synastry, because it rules our hidden allies as well as our hidden enemies, right? Because what someone does with this knowledge that we don't even have of ourselves can be weaponized, right? So when we talk about avoiding karmics, that's something to be cognizant of on the table. Now, I'm not going to bring in the shadow. I'm not, because I genuinely don't see a chaotic shadow on this table at all. I actually don't see a shadow. I see someone being led out of a shadow period via the other. Okay? If anything, this main dominant energy is revealing the hidden enemies around the other. Okay? Because there is one distinct one. This is not a shared spiritual union. There is one spiritualist or more intuitive, more discerning party on the table. All right. So let me pull from these tea leaves. So I want to get some clarity with the tea leaves, but my original goal when I started this reading was I wanted the tea leaves to represent any symbols from a past life. Okay, so just so we're on the same page, those of you where this is in fact a past life connection, the one that's more spiritual, esoteric in nature owes the one that apparently owes the other one from the past life, because I still haven't gotten that yet. So there's a karmic debt. That's why it's like that. Okay. All right. And where it's not, I'm still trying to see. It might be above me with the house 12. It might be a, oh, mind your business, Onyx. This new wave of soul contracts is not your business. The month of February is a thing. Okay, it will be relevant. Or has been relevant. Whether we're talking about a birthday or just something that happened. Tell me more. Okay. I've got a pill. Time to get out of a situation. Okay, someone could be giving that direction on how to get out of a situation or circumstances. It definitely feels like one is helping the other get out of a situation or a circumstance. May is also relevant. So certain periods of the year are a big deal, because I don't know that I'm used to getting this much months. Okay, I've got a vox of shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially business. Someone is a leader, organizational leader, spiritual leader. One is here to lead and teach discernment. The end. We got a major challenge to overcome, especially when we talk about a person that has an actual like major challenge, which you would need a spiritualist for, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, that side of the pile, whether it's you or this person, is here to lead and help maneuver obstacles for the other via a karmic debt from a past life. Like, literally, sacrificial service and karma is on my table, right? The sign that rules the house of inheritances is on the table. So I got a love deck that I'm going to pull from after I finish with these tea leaves, but I don't want to kind of leave it all like open like that. Maybe these tea leaves will tell us more. Tell me more about this crush. Okay, we know it's either a past life or a completely new from scratch situation. We're blanking on a new situation, so I'm going to leave it alone and focus on the past life. But tell me more about this crush and the karmic debt associated with these two parties. Okay. We've got a ring. Marriage will take place, either romantic or business. You know what? Shrewdness and resourcefulness in business. So, I mean, maybe that's the union. Because I'm looking at a crush. I hadn't made it there, y'all. I hadn't made it to, are y'all going to be with this person long term? I just wanted to see what the karmic debt was. And I guess if it is to be married, that was going to just naturally come out. But the ring is a part of the inheritance and the karmic debt. So this is a crush where if you fulfill the karmic contract, where we have the party that really supports in the way that I said, the union, because once you're in union, benefiting one benefits all. So that's why it's like that. It's funny because I kept saying, like, how is it going to benefit the other party? It looks like it benefits the union overall. So I have two dogs. One that is far away, which says a distant friend is thinking of you, as well as protection from a powerful friend. Loyalty all around. We talk about the dogs, right? If this is a crush that's far away from you, this is your confirmation. There's still a protective energy surrounding you or this person. Like, obviously, if you're the one, that would be that you're supporting this person, or this person supporting you despite distance. But dogs will be a symbol associated with the past life. Okay, let me get one more and I'll take the bottom. Yeah. We've got a kangaroo. Unsettled times, need to plan ahead. This person's gonna one is gonna organize the other. The end. Like, one is not good enough at planning ahead and seeing ahead and having the foresight. That's why we talk about, when we talk about partnerships and marriages, we always bring something that the other lacks. A la Five of Pentacles. Like, you lack this, I have it, let me share it with you. That's the transaction of the Six of Pentacles. Someone needs to plan ahead. The other knows exactly how to do that, especially when we talk about being dissatisfied with life. Okay. All right. So it's at the bottom. We got a chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. And that is the confirmation when we talk about the other side that's very, very vague, where it's not a past life. Right? If it's not a past life, that just means you just were meant to come in and possibly fulfill the new contract and get married. But the loudest energy is the past life contract. And we do have a heavy theme of a dog, but we also have a chair filled. So something about a chair, something about a mountain. Those are themes that's going to help you identify like the karmic contract, or those of you where you don't have a crush, you're just wanting to see, you're wanting to participate, see what's incoming. These will be themes. Pay attention to the tea leaves that help you identify this person if this resonates. Okay. All right, let me get some love cards. I'll get you some more themes from that Spirit de la Lune deck and an advice. So what else do we need to know about the karma associated with this connection? The best part, oh, it's gonna be amazing, right? Best part is the karma associated with this connection, stepping into this person's life, this person stepping into your life. You're entering your best part, your best years of this life cycle, right? Like this person stepping into your life makes your life more like a movie, right? Where you become the best version of yourself, and they them, right? Like they themselves too, right? Because it's a vibe. I'm not pulling any more from this deck. It says enjoy the good vibes and energy with this person because they're like no other. And it's true. There's not anyone else at this stage of your life that can fulfill this contract. It's one that's obviously predetermined, whether by the cosmos or a past life situation that occurred in some way. So let me see. All right. What else do we have for my blueberry pie? All right, I'll take those. And the bottom, yeah, see that threshold? It's like you're right at a door. This person stepping into your life shows that you're on the threshold of the best part of your days. And I'm so serious. That's why we have the conception of that third eye chakra. This is the awakening. Like this is someone that's sent to awaken you, hence the chair field, right? Like sitting down and awakening you. Like it almost feels like someone actively giving you a reading. Okay. Especially since we've got contentment, which is the blessing moon. And on that card, we have the hand, which we talk about occult. We talk about esoteric energy, typically wielding the hand of some sense. Strength, to bring strength to you, to help refine you or them or both, and help you all expand. Boom. That's it. So let me get your advice and close you out. We're going to cast away that negativity of the Five of Pentacles. All right. My blueberry pie. What advice do we have for my blueberry pie, please? Look, this person is bringing in an energy of blessings. They're going to help you step into your full power, help you take the lead in the areas of life you need to learn how to do that. Right? Because both sides is going to be learning how to lead. Because when we talk about the more intuitive side, and how they lead by being that third eye awakening, they're teaching, they're sharing the wisdom here, or just teaching discernment. But like the other side learns that and steps into their full power as a result of being completely awakened. But we've got blessing 2 times. We've got a blessed day and blessing moon. Like that karmic contract is one of blessing. It's a vibe. It's the best part of this cycle. Okay. So I love this message for you, my blueberry pie. I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 2. All right, pile 2, my key lime pie. We're going to see if this crush is a past life, divine feminine, divine masculine, love, soulmate, and any karma associated with the connection. And I think it's funny because I don't remember. I know I did key lime pie in the last version of this. But there was a pile that just feels like it was, and maybe it was key lime. Let me know if it was, if you picked it. And and if it aligns. But you can already see the chaos, right? It's, you pick the key lime pie. There's all kinds of green heart chakra energy on the table already. And then you got miracle. And before this even happened, I was getting a lot of Aquarius things, which is that quirky, surprising, futuristic energy, right? I wonder if it's, hey, yeah, past life connection. Boom, the end. Past life connection, which I was just about to confirm, but I wanted you to see this reconciliation card with new chapter. It's like there's at least a subset of you where y'all just decided already in the past life that even if you did everything you needed to do in this past life, that you were coming in to union together in this one. Like, it feels like my group of possible spiritual masters, even like a religious, like ascension, like in the past life, y'all had a certain awareness that y'all were meant to be together, and that you were soulmates, and that you had previous lives. Like, you had that understanding in the last life. So you already were like, I want to do this all over again with you. When we cross over and come back, I want to see what the future is like. I want to see what the world is like, what the earth is like in the next cycle of lives. And I want to do it with you. Boom, the end. That's this pile already. I didn't pull any cards yet. So let me see if I can get this together. See even more memories of love. Another past life card. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is that group. Okay, so yes, it's absolutely divine feminine, divine masculine, soulmate, past life stuff. And it's very miraculous, the type of connection this is. Like, this is, it feels like, and I know y'all are like, this crush, yes, this crush that you've met, or if you picked it with someone you've been dealing with, y'all can do that. I didn't put any weird rules, like pick what resonates. This person that you're asking about now, it feels like the goal of soulmates that everyone else is trying to reach. Like, all of the chaotic karma is for the most part gone. You're just vibing through the next lives together. See, because we got all these master numbers, right? 33 and 11. So tell me more about this key lime pie. Is this crush? Well, we know that this is a past life soulmate. So tell me what y'all are doing together. Like, what's the thing? I guess I'll take all three of these. Why not? Since this is a special group. I think it's funny. So I'm going to just go ahead on a limb and assume that maybe the divine feminine side of this pile is the ringleader with this. Like, I'm going to just say it, right? These are unrelated decks. I'll use them because they both have chakras, and I love how they work together. Like, these, I always say it, these decks are a divine union. So we've got fertility, which is the Empress with divine feminine. 21 reduces to 3, and then we've got 3. And it feels like the divine feminine is definitely the ringleader with all of this chaos. And also, like, honestly, and this might be my pile, I can feel that, I'll leave it here so I can talk about it together. The divine feminine might actually be a little bit older in this group. Okay, however you identify, the one that's more in tune with the divine feminine expression absolutely might be a little bit more mature, because we have this emergence, we have this change that is being ushered in, and we have this authority. So it feels like, yes, the divine feminine here is one of authority. Now, I don't know what that means for the more masculine leaning one, but this is the authority. So where we're going to put all these cards. Y'all always do this to me. All right, so let me see. We got emergence, change. Feels very Conjure-esque, like completely shifting, completely being in complete control of life and the world around you. But this is a powerful match, because how y'all gonna be in a past life talking about, yeah, no, we're gonna do this again in the future? What you think the future is gonna be like? What do you think? What type of, yeah, exactly. What type of technological advancements you think they're gonna have in the next life? I want to see. Like, this is that group. It's a really interesting reading for me as a reader. So let me see. Tell me more about this key lime pie. What's going on? What's the karma? What's the connection between these two soulmates? Conflict and defeat. Oh, okay. What's that one? Yeah, we're not yeah, so I'm not taking all those cards. I'm going to take this sacrifice, which does talk about surrendering. So the 5 of Swords talks about where we kind of cut off our nose to spite our face. It's where we go against the grain, for better, for worse. Like we win, but like we know we can't go back. And I'm going to be honest, you might be that pile I'm thinking about, because in the context of the question we're asking today about past lives and karma, this is 100% a person or a group that would terminate a karmic contract in the middle of fulfilling it. I bet you're that pile. I just can't, I don't know for sure because I'm filming, right? But conflict and defeat, it's like, yeah, you won, but like you burn bridges, you cut off other people that you can never go back to, if that makes sense. Because that's exactly what the 5 of Swords is. It's like, yeah, I beat all of these people, but like, yeah, I mean, it's over with. We can't be friends. We can't be this. We can't be that. So like when we talk about soul contracts, it's like, yeah, I know I was going to connect with this soulmate, but I already decided I'm going to be with this person from this past life. We made a pact that went against whatever karmic lessons y'all wanted to learn. So I'm not doing that. That's kind of what happened. That's what's happening. And the authority is here with the solar plexus. There's a lot of power. So I mentioned the heavy, you know what, the heavy heart space at the beginning. We got that gold at the back of it, right? So it's like a heavy solar plexus power connected at the heart space. That's the vibe with this group. And the remembrance of the past life, right? Like, where is it? The new chapter, past life, reconciliation, all of that here. That's this group. Like, it's like, I remember this person from the past life. I want to be with this one. Okay. Control of the universe, control of the world. We have variation. So we've got 12, which also reduces to 3. But look at this, right? Actually, 3rd chakra. So lots of energy there, right? Could be 3 cycles. You might be in your 3rd past life cycle. You see what I'm saying? A 3rd past life cycle. You might be in your 3rd life cycle. So like there was a first life that you first met and came down and connected, and then in the second one y'all got it together and y'all were like, oh yeah, no, I like this. We mastered this. Let's go ahead and just do it again with all of the chaos a 3rd time, right? This could have been someone you first experienced or encountered in 2021. Something about 21 will be relevant in general just because it came out multiple times, repeating 2s and 1s, all of the good stuff. But that universal energy, that authority, that remembrance. All right. And the sacrifice, which talks about that 5 of Swords. It feels like sacrificing your karmic debts, karmic cycles that you were supposed to experience in this life because you've decided to emerge and just change your own trajectory based on authority. I'm telling you, this is a different, I'm telling you, if you pick that pile from the last version of this that had this exact same reading, I'm scared of y'all. It's funny. Very powerful soul group. Tell me more about what these 2 are doing, because I don't even know if I can call it karma. Matter of fact, are they accumulating karmic? Because I mean, technically you should be accumulating karmic debt if you did that, right? I feel. But it just feels like there's so much power, so much authority. It's almost like, you know, like it feels like a job. It's like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to be working, but I have vacation time. I got PTO, and it's like the PTO got approved. Like, you don't have to do the hard work. That's what happened. Like, yeah, this should have went wrong, and yeah, you did terminate those contracts. Like, it's certain soulmates that it's over with. Like, you'll never experience them again when we talk about soul family. Because when you come here as a soul family and certain people are supposed to connect in a certain way, when you go off the rails, I guess, like this group did, it throws everybody off. So like, you may no longer be a part of the same soul group, or certain people may have been removed to another soul group as a result of whatever all of this chaos on my table is. Okay, I've got the yin energy, intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, receptivity. And again, the more receptive side, the more feminine side is the very much so the authority, the active, the ringleader here in the rebellion, because I'm going to call it that. I like seeing this on my table because people have a certain perception of divine feminine energy. And I love how active and powerful it is on this table, because people don't think of what I'm telling you when they think divine feminine. They probably would have been like, oh no, this is a masculine doing all of this orchestrating. But it feels like, no, the divine feminine was almost like the ringleader, like, nah, let's switch it up. We talked about it already in the past life. We don't have to do what we don't want to do. And again, I worded this way for language purposes and comprehension. In no way do I think you and this person are like actively talking to each other about your past lives like that. Some of you might be, maybe. But this is more of a higher self. When we talk about your higher self and the part of you that's more closely connected to the universe itself, right? Your higher selves are intertwined in that way where you're just like, nah, we're just going to go rogue, like Neptune, dream and transcend. Just completely blurring the lines and just doing whatever you want. Neptune rules Pisces, which rules the hanged man. Some of you, when I talk about the divine feminine side of this pile, there is literally a hanged man left in limbo as a result of this. Okay. It also is kind of like an analogy for the fact that the divine masculine side of this kind of just does what it just rolls with it. Like, yeah, now I'm just going to roll with it. Okay. So that's funny. All right, tell me more. So I'm going to tell you, like I told pile 1, these tea leaves, when I sat down for this reading, I wanted them to be symbols that would be meaningful from whatever past life you shared with this person. So pay special attention from them as I pull from each stacks. But I'm just going to see more about what's going on here. Like I said, don't be alarmed by whatever shocking rebellion this group seems to have pulled off successfully. It was approved, right? Authority universe, like, it was approved that you could do that. I've got romances in the air with the rose. Love it. I have roses on the channel if you're called to them. Okay. All right. I've got a rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation over. Yeah, because that part, yeah, that's over with. So letter R could be relevant in some way. But romance is in the air. The most difficult part of a situation is over. This is a soulmate that when you meet, it's gonna signify an end of an era and a shift in the most amazing way, right? Like, this is a person that steps into your life and things begin to get better, not worse. Okay, if they get worse, that's not this person. We're talking about a karmic. Yeah, look at you. We got a money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. A rose, a rainbow, and a money path. That's what this person's taking you. And this last card here is a broken ring. Parting of ways in either romance or business. So a broken ring could be literal signifier, but this talks about breaking those karmic contracts y'all were supposed to fulfill. Like, you, this person, other members of your soul tribe, like, y'all just decided y'all gonna do whatever y'all want to do the way y'all want to do it. Okay. And I got teardrops, which talks about great personal sorrow. Somebody, yeah, there is a hanged man literally in limbo as a result. Okay. Doesn't have to be an actual like man. It could just be someone a little more masculine in nature, but hanged man is a person. Honestly, on this card, it's actually a feminine. So any gender, right? But there's someone left in limbo that's been moved to, or going to be moved to another soul tribe, I guess, because went rogue. When we talk about great personal sorrow, okay? And the parting of ways and broken contract, okay? That 5 of Swords. Because even in the best of times, like, I read the 5 of Swords as sometimes it's like that. Like, in real life, you can't always play nice. You have to defend yourself. You have to protect yourself. And sometimes that means burning a bridge with someone, even if you didn't want to do that. It just is what it is in the context of karmic contracts. I don't know why I'm pulling this next, but I'll do it. I'll go back to that second set of tea leaves, okay? We're going to just roll with it and see what's going on for this key lime pie. So tell me more about this connection and what they're going to fulfill. Because this feels like no mission, just vibes. No mission, just vibes, right? We got warm embrace. Let yourself enjoy your partner's loving arms around your body. Their touch ignites a flame within you. Just vibes, right? No mission, just vibes. So what's this one? We got a breakup. And we've got a vivid dreams. Dreams. All right. Talks about paying attention to your dreams. Okay, so I think what happened is somebody started having dreams, whether it was you, this person, both. And because when you have this powerful of a connection spiritually, when you've been through past lives together, or get at least 3 I mentioned, it's loud. Like when you're close to this person, you start dreaming about them, they start dreaming about you. And I'm assuming that it was a temptation. Like some of you, maybe it was a scandalous situation. Like I'm not judging you and I'm not digging for it because I don't have time. But that's what that is, what that was, right? We got a warm embrace leading to a breakup. Okay. Or a warm embrace leading to a redirected interest, right? Because regardless of how scandalous it is, where it could have actually been third parties, at a minimum, because we're talking about a crush, we're talking about a soul group of people where one was going to connect or did connect, initially connected with one and ended up somewhere else. Okay, that's why we got the personal sorrow. Okay, so that was to clear up things for some of you, or just to let you know how that's gonna go. A chain of events that affect your life. Watch the karmic debt though, because all right, I got y'all. Yes, it was approved. But when we talk about where it was like literal third parties that caused breakups and separations actively for people that were like together and things like that, just watch the karmic debt, because when you do that, when you threw somebody off their path, right? Because I shuffled, I shouldn't have did that. But anyway, the chain represented someone's life being chaotically affected, right? Like we talk about like breaking up marriages, breaking up happy homes and things like that, or happy homes, right? Breaking up a home or something like that. Like there is a karmic debt associated with that I'm not going to look into. I don't have time. But early on, it's somebody that's just going to get moved, to another soul group, because y'all two decided that this is the thing, okay? So let me get more. All right, tell me more. We got a handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Yep. Okay. And then tell me more. What's going on here? We got a dog, protection from a powerful friend. And then I've got a rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And then I've got a fan, of romance, celebration, party. Watch that karmic debt, where we talking about scandalous situations. Like I'm not like being like super self-righteous. I don't care about what y'all got going on. I don't. But I see it. And like I always tell y'all, the worst part of the 5 of swords is cutting off your nose to spite your face. So where we're talking about more shadow 3D expression, right? Like in the higher realms, it's vibes, it's 2 spirits that just needed to connect, couldn't resist each other, having dreams. But if the temptation crossed boundaries in the 3D, when we talk about actual contracts, legal contracts, marriage, things like that, broken wedding ring, things like that, I have an arrogant, boastful person you shouldn't cross. And it feels like this connection may be short-lived, even though if it was proved, just, I don't know. It just feels like this part, like there's a lingering energy of it's not over, if that makes sense. So, especially, like I don't know what that means, and I don't have time to look. So let me just get a couple more. August is gonna be relevant. Let me see. And I got a broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Yeah, just watch it where you cross physical 3D boundaries, okay? Like I ain't judging you, I don't care. But if you did, like broken ring, broken bridge, that's a thing, okay? Now, my lighter side, I know y'all like, why she bringing that up? My lighter side though, where it's just not like that. You just terminated contracts, and it was so early on that maybe the person's life was slightly thrown off in a way where they may not directly associate it with the lack of union with one of you. But I do see where it threw this person off. It's throwing this person off just a little bit. Okay. So I've got a firecracker of excitement. Okay. Something about the month of August. That's my only timeline. Okay. Some of you, this person's the one left in limbo is gonna be compensated financially, is gonna see more success financially as a result. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Let me get ready to wrap this up. This pile is so long. It's funny because I thought it was like, yeah, this is gonna be a nice little short reading, but then the reading got so interesting and I kept trying to like figure out what was going on so that I don't leave y'all hanging, but it's fine. We'll grab a couple and get your advice. So tell me, what else about this karma associated with this couple in a key lime pie? We got the envision, which landed on dreams, right? Okay, let me see, get like a couple more. Okay, this one, threshold. Okay, came out in the other pile as well. There is a solar eclipse in September. Okay, and then we've got create, and I've got a harvest moon of gratitude. I have pumpkin harvest themed readings if you're interested. But this kind of associates with everything I've been saying, like the envisioning, the creation of being on the brink of something, being connected in that way. We got to safe travel. Let me get your advice. This is actually a group that needs advice because it's not a traditional past life pile, right? Tell me more about my key lime pie. A maturing energy of cut ties and resilience. Double down on the, I mean, you already, it says it's basically double down on the burned bridge, like broken bridge, 5 of Swords. Is what's done is done. Allow that cycle to close and, you know, double down, be resilient in where you're going. There seems to be a wave where you're on the furthest end of the shadow, where, because the furthest end of the shadow was real selfish in that, yeah, the higher selves were like connecting here, but like it feels like possibly damaging someone or others' lives in the process. That's why the shadow came through. Like, it's not as loud, and I don't remember it coming through in whatever pile this feels like that I did last time, but it's here. So I needed to make sure, you know, like that's a karmic debt of not actively sabotaging somebody's life, but in some instances the first in the shadow did. So I would advise a cord cutting, okay, when we talk about attachments, especially on the lightest side, because you terminated karmic contracts that had not manifested in the 3D, but the energy may still linger, right? Because that's why you're the lighter side. You didn't actually affect anyone actively in the 3D, even though energetically you can tie it to what I'm reading here, okay? So just cut the ties with the cord cutting and just kind of double down on where you are and what you're doing, okay? So I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 3. All right, pile 3. Everyone's so festive today, all of the piles. So let me just introduce your reading, right? You're the orange pie, the baked orange pie more specifically. And we're looking to see if this is a past life, right? If this crush is a past life connection, if there's any karma between the two of you romantically. And some of you may have come from a different pile, and this would be just the other side's perspective. Because I had a pile that was more divine feminine. This pile is heavily like a heavy masculine feel, okay? Doesn't mean that that's you. Doesn't mean that I'm going to read it from this person's perspective if that's not you. It's just that seems to be where the karma sits and the way that it's going to come into the pile. That is going to make sense when I talk about it. For one, as I was cleansing your decks, I realized I got a candle with 2 wicks. They were lit. I don't know at what point of me filming the previous 2 piles, one of them went out for absolutely no reason. There's no fan, there's no wind. It's just that one just decided it wasn't lit anymore. So I feel like when we talk about 2 flames, you can call it twin flames, whatever. One of you has a flame that is thriving, that is strong, that is grounded, and the other does not, okay? And the other is going to ignite it, all right? Now, yes, I'm talking about sensual energy. No, we're not going into detail. That's not this type of reading, but these are 2 people that wanted to come down and experience each other in the 3D. I've got earth, I've got root chakra, right? I've got celebration where we congregate and like enjoy interacting with each other and other people, right? I mentioned that masculine energy. We've got all of this very active yang motion in the 3D. That's why you 2 kind of connected or connecting, because maybe one needs the flame ignited and the other's going to do it. Feels like the masculine is more igniting the flame. Literally, when we talk about the energy of fire. Okay, so I've got that. What else am I going to show you at the bottom here? I do have a new beginning of a new moon. I want to talk a little more about, I have peacocks on the channel. So if that called you, you're in your right place, right space. Okay. There's piles, in the playlist, and I've got a money path. So I've got peacock, money path. That seems to be the vibe of like what it is you 2 want to experience. Is a really flashy, very comfortable, very grounded life where you 2 just get to enjoy the physical pleasures of life. And I'll even let you guys have fun with it. I've got divine union at the bottom here, and I've got union at the bottom here. You see what I'm saying? So let me get you back on track so that we can take a look to see. I don't know if you've caught on yet, but this is, I don't even care if you 2 are past life connection. It's loud enough to see what that karma is between the 2 of you, because before that deck that says union settled on the union card, it was a heavy energy of being grounded. Okay, so all right, tell me more about this baked orange pie. Tell me about the karma associated with this connection. What are they here to do in the 3D? Discernment, alchemy is a thing. Heart chakra. I'm not taking them just because the energy on this pile is so grounded. I feel like I can force 1 card. I actually feel like I can actually do that with this group. So let me get 1. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why are you here? Why are you connecting with this person? There's a heavy compassionate energy. But what else? What word is in compassion? Passion. You're here to experience passion. You're here to ignite passion, instill passion. Specifically, there's one that's going to instill more passion in the other. Okay? Right? It's not going to be a balanced thing. We've got fertility. Okay. Experience life here. Feels like a karmic contract where you're going to have children with this person. It feels like the masculine end of this connection is heavily stimulated by the other side in a way where that's inevitable. Like if this contract comes to fruition, if this is a crush you end up together with, it's like a matter of time. There's a pregnancy contract here. Like there is a connection of bloodlines. So there you go. And all of that passion is making you more fertile. The more you're attracted to each other, the more you're interacting with each other, just making you more fertile, just making you aware. Okay. So let me see. Tell me more about this baked orange pie. I'll ask if it's a past life connection. Why not? Doesn't hurt. But it just feels like the reason why I don't care is because the conversation that channeled started in the ethers. Like those of you that are super esoteric, that are super into new agey concepts like star seeds and all that, it feels like two energies up in the ethers. Like you know what? I want to experience you in the physical plane. Like I want to experience you physically in the 3D. And yes, that does have other implications that we're not developing because it's not that kind of reading, y'all. But I love it for you. I definitely do. So let me see. Feels like the type of connection where there's no fizzling out of the passion. The second the passion is gone between the two of you, the contract, if there is one, is over. Because that's the whole point of it, is the passion and the fertility. Okay, we got the deception and the envy. Okay, holding somebody hasn't tapped into their passionate energy. So someone's gonna be elevated. We got the number 7 here. Someone's a slow burn. Like someone here just is not a lit flame, and the other is lighting. And I'm leading with the masculine side being the lighting in this pile. Okay, and when I say lighting, I mean lighting in a 3D. So you know what, the pile that I'm thinking, if you pick both, you could be the other side of that, because it actually mirrors. It mirrors, now that I'm thinking about it, right? This card did come out in that pile to confirm. Yeah, it definitely did. We got a lot of 4s here, and a 3rd eye. So definitely a lot of energy here. So what's going on with the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles? This person's, the point of this contract is to recover a stolen harvest. I know, listen, this is the Psychic Tarot. It says deception and envy, patience and planning. Those may be things associated with whatever situation I'm referencing. But the 7 of Swords is a thief in the night. Okay? Just literally is. Somebody sneaking around, getting away with it. 7 of Pentacles is a harvest. You've been working really hard. You've been planting seeds. You've been tending to them. And then you get the crops. You get to harvest the crops at the end due to your patience and planning. So by nature of these two combined, it feels like this passion, this fertility, is to recover some type of stolen harvest. I don't know whose harvest is stolen, whether it is the feminine, the masculine. Honestly, it could be both. I got 2 7s, actually 3 on the table with 34. So feels like recovering. I don't know where I got that from. 4 is back. Firm foundation. What did I say? It's 2 souls that said we want to experience each other in the 3D. We want to enjoy the material plane. Okay, we're somewhere, somehow there's a karmic debt towards both of you, right? Or spiritual karmic reward. Feels like a pile where you have karmic reward if you have an energy or past lives where you've been gotten over on in a variety of ways. Feels like coming into union ground you to where you finally get your karmic reward, and part of that is together with the universe, right? You see what I'm saying? So that's different. I've never read that before. I didn't expect that to come through, but that's what we have is karmic reward, a spiritual harvest that's owed to the two of you, especially where someone has stolen, whether we're talking about somebody in this life or a past life. Okay, so tell me this, the universe is very, very active in it, right? So the active principle of the universe itself is what I'm seeing on the table, along with it channeling through the more masculine of the two of you. Okay, so tell me what's coming through. You can't make it up. Earth. Okay, earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Persistence, patience, practicality, patience. 2 times where you've been patient in situations where you probably shouldn't have been, where you've been patient in situations that were unfair, where you've been patient in doing what you're supposed to be doing, despite this energy around you. That's part of the karmic reward. So I've got Mercury here. Letter P is relevant all over my table, but Mercury talks about communication and the mind. It rules Virgo, which is here twice, and Gemini. And I also remember I got Taurus, I got Capricorn. Any of these placements could be relevant across the 2 natal charts, right? So let me pull more. I'm gonna use this deck next because I feel like these are what I want to use it for. Tell me more about this baked orange pie. We'll talk about this soulmate. What's the karma between the two soulmates here? And tell me more about that karmic reward. This is the first pile where I actually saw a karmic reward here. Okay, there's a lack of refinement here. There's a lack of connecting. And there's a lack of preparation. Okay. And I don't know if this is someone that got in the way of a connection maybe in a past life. Got in the way of one or both of you refining or preparing something. But that seems to be associated with the karmic energy here. I got an energy of play. Now what I like is to follow up that karmic debt that's owed to you and this person combined. You are not going to have to work hard. Something about you two coming together is going to make life very easy. You're going to find harvests very naturally. You're going to find that being stable is very easy. So it's not going to be hard for you guys to make money. It's not going to be hard for you guys to find jobs. You may find random inheritances from like random places. Like it feels like a group. You may hit the lottery a time, right? Like you may, I don't know, like scratch off whatever. A distant relative may leave you something like this. You two coming together, there will be a way for you financially and stability wise. The end, because the whole point of you coming down here was to enjoy the 3D. That's why we got the card of play. All right. So like even in situations where you're not as refined, where you're not as connected, where you're not as prepared, you're going to still just enjoy this life. I love that for you. I guess I'll pull from this deck next. We'll do the tea leaves last before your advice, because that seems to be where I'm being naturally pulled. All right. So tell me more about this soulmate, this connection with this crush for my pile number 3. My baked orange pie. Okay, we got self-love. And we've got listen and reflect. Listen, I'm so serious. I'm going to take these just to see what's going on, because this is a really blessed pile in that if you're driven and motivated, good for you. But I know a lot of y'all are like, nah, no one likes to work. No one likes jobs and things like that. Whatever work you end up doing once you enter this connection, if you fulfill the contract now, because y'all do whatever you want, right? You have free will. Okay. But something about connecting with this specific person, things are going to be a lot easier. You're going to love yourself more. This person's going to love you as a result. But it's just easy going. Listen and reflect. It feels like a pile of everything is chill. Everything is just about enjoying life. All right. So, because we got warm embrace. I mentioned this is one of the main reasons y'all came down here was this deeper intimacy card. And then clarity, which is ruled by Mercury, right? Just seeing and experiencing the earth. Understanding the earth and how the earth works. That's kind of what you two are here to do. And to fall in love and to feel love and experience love in a physical body. That's why we have this intimacy here. Because it's like, it feels like up in the ethers, two souls, they were like, I like you so much. We're connecting so much. You feel so good to interact with in the ethers. I wonder what that feels like in a physical grounded state. You see what I'm saying? That's why we have those things that I'm not going to develop. But you're mature enough to put 2 and 2 together. I love it for you though. So tell me more with these tea leaves. Oh, look at me. The eagle is here. I have those on the channel along with the peacock. But let me grab this because I have a door. Like a flame ignited, I do have a door which says opportunities are waiting for you. Go to the skeleton key readings. You may be, if you're new, those bird readings, because I have both eagles and peacocks, ironically enough. And those skeleton key readings are actively calling you. And it makes sense because this is the type of group that would be drawn to that type of message. All right, so tell me more. And remember, the symbols from the tea leaves may be relevant to any past life. They may be relevant to your meeting. Like, may feel like deja vu when you see certain symbols or certain synchronicities. Okay, I got eggs, success assured with good plans and hard work. I mean, that egg of fertility, I already told you, it's that group. When we talk about that excitement, what does that firecracker symbolize to you? When we talk about, listen. Situations in the balance that require careful handling is there. But I got a fertility card on my table. I got a firecracker and an egg. Come on now. Y'all are grown. Y'all can put 2 and 2 together. We got excitement and success with good plans. Come on. And a door opening. This is the one pile where you are your main contract. Yeah, you came down here to explore the 3D and enjoy the 3D. But Spirit is using your desire to enjoy the physical plane with creating a physical life. Like, that's one of the reasons why you're so stimulated that way by each other, is because the universe is kind of orchestrating where you two are so deep in intimacy and enamored with one another that this happens. Whether, yes, because success. But you're definitely going to see door of success. Maybe you're the crown of success key. That one of you might be the crown of success keys. I don't know why I said one of you. I meant to say some of you. So if you go to the crown of success key and it doesn't resonate for you, then I guess then it would for this person. I don't know why that's a thing. Because I meant to say some of you picking this pile. That crown of success key is calling you. It's a public skeleton key reading. Okay, so I got a feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere, and a lion of time to act. This sneaky thievery energy is definitely someone that's undependable and insincere. This person may call your attention to this person or the situation where we're talking about in this current life. Okay, others of you, if you're picking multiple piles, where it's not a person in this life that's undependable and insincere regarding whatever it is. Like, basically, if it's not someone that's stealing for you or whatever, or getting over or deviating you off your path, it could be someone not fulfilling a contract, right? Like someone that didn't act in a certain way is undependable when it comes to acting in a certain way. So the door is open for this connection instead. I get that way for some of you here. But don't forget that I mentioned you two coming together is your karmic reward for whatever deception, trickery, stolen something happened, whether in this life or a past one. Okay, so let me pull more. Feathers are definitely relevant since we have lots of bird indicators, okay? Okay, tell me more about my baked orange pie. What else do we need to know about the karma? Hey, I think I told you go to the crown of success key. Look at you. Honor and respect will come to you. This person's here to help help restore or help cultivate honor and respect to you, and vice versa. It feels like a royal couple, not necessarily literally, but like the karmic reward, right? Where something was lost or stolen. This is a pile where something was lost or stolen between the two of you, and it's going to be recovered via the connection. Okay, so tell me more about my pile number 3. Ooh. Okay, there's a journey that's going to leave you wiser. Okay, there we go. And wind chimes of peace and harmony. Yep, peace and harmony. There you go. I'm going to take like 2 more. Got a jug, a lighthearted, carefree time. That's what y'all thinking. Y'all like, yeah, it's peace, it's harmony, it's vibes. We're falling in love. We like each other. Whole time the universe is like, yeah, that's cute. We love how great things are for you after things either were bad or because this past life was hard for you. But y'all thinking y'all just down here having a good old time in the 3D. And we are conceiving here, right? That's basically what's going on. So we got a bowl, plenty of material things. I'm not playing with y'all. See? making you think, oh yeah, y'all got everything y'all need materially, y'all are enjoying life, now let's get this conception. Okay, I've got a valley of deep personal strength and peace that assures success. So success all over my table for you, okay, when it comes to this union. So let me get your advice, close you out when it comes to this person. I like it. Feels like the universe is kind of rewarding you with each other and making sure that you like it to get like being together so much that you create the life you're supposed to create, because you're just so blinded by passion. Y'all better watch it. That's funny. Okay, what did I see at the very beginning of your reading? I didn't show it to you because it had settled on union, right? I saw this and it landed on union. I told you, y'all came here to ground in the 3D and enjoy and experience each other in the 3D. So your advice is to ground in this connection, okay? And safe travel. So travel safely, whether we're talking about physically, whether we're just talking about energetically, right? It's safe to travel and connect with this person deeper. And once you get there, you ground, you stable, y'all are going to be connected for the rest of your lives anyway, because I don't know what this creation of, I mean, listen, it literally, we got fireworks, firecrackers and eggs and a safe travel to ground. It just is what it is, okay? So I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 4. All right, pile 4, my cherry pie with the heart. Let's see if this crush is a past life, divine masculine, divine feminine love, soulmate, and any karma associated with it. This is a loud pile. So if you met this person in a loud environment, or if they loud, something about loud energy, and I hope I don't forget everything that channeled through before it comes over. If you were confused about whether you wanted pile 3 or 4, it's fine, don't worry about it. Pick your pile, pick both. It just depends on how you're feeling. I had a hard time cleansing that one away as I stepped into this one, which usually means confusion. I kept getting grounding, I kept getting union, and I'll just let you see like the bottom of that advice that just was like, well, if you're not gonna let me land on the same cards as the previous pile, I'm gonna land on finding love. So there we go. That actually, while we're on the topic of finding love, when it comes to this connection and the karma associated with it, it is to teach the divine masculine love, how to find love, romantic love. So there's 2 groups already I'm channeling, right? That one that I just said, where the divine masculine leaning one here is learning romantic love, and that's the whole point of you 2 connecting. But then there's the other side of the feminine leaning person is the only person that this particular masculine, whether you or that person, will ever love in a romantic way, truly, genuinely. Yeah, it's intense. The harmony, which is the lovers, kept jumping out. And then I have an energy of where is that deck I'm looking for? I got devotion, right? Like this is a divine masculine that is going to be completely devoted to, on the lightest end, this specific connection. We even have a conjunction, which is union, which is funny because I'm realizing they got me. Like I was talking back to the decks and like the spiritual energy, because I'm like, we're not doing a duplicate pile. Like if the people, they better pick their right piles. So when union, I wouldn't let union stay here, they shifted it to here. And I'm just catching it. You see what I'm saying? The good news is that this is confirmation. I can't manipulate the cards even if I want to, right? Okay, so let me put this back. I'm gonna put this here. I think I wanted you to look at the tea leaves really quick. We have a secret admirer. I did want to mention that one of these people is secretly admiring you. Whether it's this one or the other one that I wanted to bring up. I kept getting a vibe of a two-faced friend. Like there's somebody, whether it's their friend, your friend, there's a two-faced friend on the table. This person, both of them may be admiring you. Okay, I don't know who that is, but there's definitely was an energy of a two-faced friend hitting the table. And we have a reconciliation. I have pineapple messages on the table on the channel as well, but keep an eye out for that two-faced person. I don't know who that is and why it's relevant to this crush, but it came out prominently in a way that called my attention. So let me see. Let me get another shuffle so I can see what's going on with this cherry pie. Tell me about this connection with this crush for my cherry pie. This is a past life. What's the karma? We have Gaia and we have perception. Okay. And so Gaia is where we're infinitely connected to everything. Okay. It's attachment, which is why this person is most likely secretly admiring you, along with maybe a two-faced friend. This actually, so like, I'm just going to spill the tea, the information. This is a group, this person and one of their two-faced friends both like you. Look at you. You brought the drama to my pile. Look at you. It's so interesting. This person has a friend that's also interested in you. And so, and I guess it's like, it's enough of a problem that the cards are calling this person two-faced. So this may be someone that knows this other one's interested in you. They're like dealing with you. Like, I don't know. I'm going to try to discern and help you out the best I can while answering the actual question. But go to the secret admirer readings. I did see the tulip, so maybe that's you, okay? Go to the tulips because that's definitely you. Last one I did was in the month of August this month. And there I put 2 tulips. And I don't remember the messages, but there's 2 tulips on that thumbnail. So you go there. That's you. There's so much confusion. So just connected. Perception talks about our curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to make a good, hard, deep look at it. All right. So we have an energy here of being curious and moving beyond your comfort zone. So already this connection, the karma associated with it, is to teach you to do things that are uncomfortable, to help elevate the both of you, make you a lot more curious. That's probably why you got the random karmic on the table with your connection. The person is a karmic for you and this other person, because if it's a two-faced friend, whoever would be the two-faced friend, right? This person's being two-faced to the person that is just their platonic friend in their interest for the other. And they're being two-faced with the person they're romantically interested in because they're romantically interested in pursuit or even active towards someone that could technically, depending on the depth of connectivity, we're all connected, it might be inappropriate. Okay. All right. Because remember, with Gaia and perception together, it feels like soul tribe is heavy. It's a heavy theme on here. It's more so than just the one-on-one connection with you. It's like we're all connected versus just y'all two. That's the vibe I got from the table, okay? So, yeah, because I got the balance, which is number 11, Libra energy. Okay. 2 sides. Fairness. Diplomacy. So like when we talk about the energy of Libra represented in a very one-dimensional way, that person could be two-faced. Not saying like a Libra placement, I'm saying like one-dimensional Libra energy would be two-faced because it's overly diplomatic, trying to be friends with everybody, please, both sides, never picking a side, wanting to be like, you know what I'm talking about. Let me get this. Not wanting to hurt anyone's feelings, things like that. I've learned from experience that people that don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, they don't mean to all the time, but they move foul. Okay, I've seen it. And I've seen it like in action around me, like because they don't want to hurt someone's feelings, they don't want to hurt people's feelings, they move very passive aggressively, okay? We got the sacral chakra. Okay. And then number 2 is a thing. The mental conflict is someone that's being very passive. That's that passive aggressive energy that I mentioned. So let me see. Sacral is someone that's really attracted to you. Really stimulated by you. Someone What I like about this combination of sacral and mental conflict is it's a stimulant to move and to connect and to do stuff where you're avoiding it, right? The mental conflict is where you're overthinking and you're overreacting and you're not acting in the way you're supposed to be just because you're so busy ruminating, so busy pondering. Like the sacral is where we create and we're receptive enough to where we're able to do what needs to be done. So tell me more about this cherry pie, please. There we go. Okay, 2 is definitely a thing. Sorry, I thought I knocked y'all's over. But the truth of judgment and the sacral chakra, like you got 3, like you literally have 2, 2, 2 on the table. Okay. And then I've got recognition and reward. Okay. So moving beyond your comfort zone. Being curious about things that are a little bit different and how we're all connected. Okay, not overreacting to it, just acting on the truth, regardless of how permanent it may be. Judgment is do or die. Nothing will ever be the same energy when we talk about things we're creating, when we talk about things we're doing. And that seems to be the lesson, I'll say, regarding you, this person, and possibly that karmic that's connected to the 2 of you. Okay? Okay. Some of you, it truly could have been, when we talk about karmic contracts, you may have had karmic contracts with the both of them. Okay. And I don't know the nature of the both of them. I'm just looking for your crush. But it feels like that karmic, outside of just them being a karmic and a two-faced person, friend, whatever, attached to you, it feels like there was another contract with you. So if y'all want a reading like that, let me know. I'll take a deeper look. But I want to try to not let that person take over this pile with the person you're asking about. So tell me, is this crush or past life? Soulmate, what's the karma associated with this connection? And how is the karmic attached, tying in? Okay, we got a hidden enemy, which is it just is what it is. That's the two-faced friend. But house 12 is where you're connected in spirit. This is it talks about how this house partially rules karma and healing. We did have some healing things at the beginning, actually. So I've got house 10. You may be the owl. Structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. And you know what? That perception energy is 100% 10th house energy. When we talk about reputation, when we talk about being disciplined, we talk about career and moving beyond your comfort zone. Like someone's teaching, like this seems to be a collective message of you're learning to move beyond comfort zones, stepping onto your path, your purpose. Okay. All right. 1 is someone, okay, one of these connections is one where it would have been a hidden secret one if it wasn't already, right? Even if you dealt with this person, didn't deal with this other one, it would have been a secret hidden connection, almost taboo. Whereas the other one is house 10, very open, public, right? People would associate you two as a couple publicly, right? When you go places, when you network, when you're doing work stuff, when you're doing things for your business. That's the difference, is one would be hidden, one would be like that. Okay, so tell me more. We got a sweet song. Soulmates often use music and songs as a telepathic aid in order to share spiritual messages and emotions with each other. Now, this person you're asking me about, it's like telepathy, okay? Like you're connected. You may hear certain music that you associate with this person. You may think of a song, then hear it. This person may play you a song and then it just follows you. That's kind of what connects you to a little bit. Tell me more about the cherry pie. Okay, we got forgive and heal. Okay, I'm taking this one. Interferes. Oh, it's a lot of conflict, a lot of confusion. We got accountability, perception, discipline, accountability. There you go. Perception, discipline, and accountability. if you are asking about a crush where they are connected with someone else, those are your themes. I got you. I didn't see you there, but I see you now, okay? Where I mentioned the two-faced friend and the third party, I didn't mean to be naming you. I promise. I didn't realize you were there, and I didn't, those of you that fall into that category, if you're interested in somebody that's already with one of your friends, I'm not judging you, but you just, the tea leaves are not friendly. They called you a two-faced friend, okay? So let me pull from here. But it's to teach you accountability, especially if we're talking crush. Like this is a crush reading. So like, let's say you had a crush on somebody, or your friend had a crush on somebody, or you felt you were receiving it. Two friends were interested in you. One person made a move on the crush, the other hesitated, didn't make a move on the crush, and now they're together, they're happy. Lesson on perception, lesson on discipline, right? Going for what you want, stepping out of your comfort zone, and being accountable, right? That's what that is. Okay, so I got that on my table. So tell me more about this cherry pie. Showing you where you lack strength. Okay. Okay. Especially when it comes to like being sovereign. Okay, being receptive. Because this is the divine feminine card, where we're talking about someone that's more leaning into their divine feminine energy, or someone that's seeking a divine feminine. Okay, so and I think this is the pile. Look at me, I'm already like, the lines are so blurred that my timelines are blurred. I can't remember if I saw the divine masculine at the beginning of your pile or the other one, because now I feel like the timelines are crossing. Like there's a lot of overlap and blurred lines here, like that mental conflict would imply. Tell me more. We got devotion. Hey, we had that at the bottom here. So like I'm telling you, okay, so even if you came, I don't know, I feel like I'm in that pile where I saw the divine masculine that's going to only be devoted to this feminine. I don't know what else to tell you. It's here again, okay? And I got support. So when we talk about what's the karma, a lot of it. Oh, it's a lot of it. And it also, in the overall general message is stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things that make you uncomfortable, being more self-aware, learning your hidden gifts, your hidden talents, your self-imposed limitations, right? Where you thrive, where you prosper, compatibility, all of that is on my table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to move on to these tea leaves. So what I've told each pile is the themes. I'm going to read them, of course, but any symbol that feels like a synchronicity or whatever, or like triggers any past life energy, that's going to be a theme associated with you and this person that ties you and this person together. Okay, so let me get these tea leaves for my cherry pie. Okay. I've got a staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times. Okay, that's good. Tell me more about this cherry pie. We got a misunderstanding of a wall. Okay. We've got a dog, protection from a powerful friend. Okay. Great personal sorrow and broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Feels like somebody missed out. So okay, you know what, this is my one pile that may actually have a heavy karmic energy, and you would least expect it. You would least expect it. If you're on the receiving side where you feel like you missed out on love or something like that, it says to go out and have fun. It's gonna be okay. You will find your happiness. If you missed out on love, okay, right, where we talk about that energy I was talking about, okay. Because we got a misunderstanding, personal sorrow, parting of the ways in either romance or business. So tell me more. I want to pull more before I take the bottom. I've got lightning, control your anger or you'll be sorry. Oh, you can't be mad at this person. A change for the better. That's not for you, okay? And increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. It feels like a person, this feels like the energy shifted to where I'm talking more to the party, where the karmic lesson. So if anything, this union may be bringing up a heavy karmic lesson for someone else, like for that other party. Like we mentioned, a two-faced friend, whether that would be you or them or whoever, how there's a two-faced friend on a table, and it looks like there's two people interested in one person, and it looks like on the worst end of the spectrum, maybe a betrayal. On the lightest end of a spectrum, somebody just didn't move in time, didn't do what they need to be doing when they needed to do it, because it says increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals, especially when we talk about like being elevated in terms of career and reputation, and even matters of the heart, things like that. Okay, yeah, I got a dark man here. Okay, so that's your confirmation. Go to the lily. When we talk about spiritual love, I mentioned that secret admirer. So they're telling you, you are the lily. We have like 3 variations of it, okay, in the playlist. So there you go. Especially when we talk about a dark man, some of you, the secret admirer is the dark man, okay? All right. Yep, because romance, celebration, and party. So let me see. Tell me more about this cherry pie for my pile number 4. A meeting with the stranger could be important with a handshake. I've got a key of a successful outcome to your problems. I have skeleton keys. I have them on the playlist. So let me see. Tell me more. I've got a funnel, a period of frustration, and lessons to be learned. I mentioned a heavy karmic lesson. Especially when we talk about the month of May. So one more in the bottom before I get your advice. A broom, a new home, and a new attitude. Okay. And December. There we go. So finding love. So if you're more of the shadow, which is not the worst shadow, it's fine. It's teaching you all of those things and about doing what you need to do to get what you want out of life, where you and this person connecting leads to that karmic person having that energy. It's to help them, motivate them to be better in life towards their goals. I'm trying to find you, because the lighter side of this pile where I'm talking about the connection, and okay, it feels like a couple, right? Where the karma between the two of you, like if you proceed with this crush, and if this crush is, they have a friend that's interested in you, or you have a friend that's interested in them, whatever it is, it feels like there's going to be a certain level of elevating together between the two of you that makes someone have like regret. That highlights how someone else didn't do what they were supposed to do the way they were doing, whether it was pursuing you, pursuing this person, or pursuing their goals, career goals. And the thing about it is, I got a strong wave of deja vu just now, like it's happened before. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say this has been a past life connection where you, this person, and that third party actually are repeating that again. Because I got a wave of deja vu as I was talking about that. So let me get your advice and close you out. Some of you, okay, I'm hearing, I'm channeling, we're cooking. 12th house rules dreams. Some of you, the one you had a dream of, or the one that had a dream of you, I'm going to leave with you, right? If you had a dream of one, of a past life, and in that past life you left them, that's the more karmic one. Okay, that's the more karmic one. And so that's the more karmic one where the contract was going to break because it was always supposed to elevate this person. Like you had a dream, having a dream, maybe of a past life, but whatever it is, it's you leaving them in the dream, or of them confronting you of leaving them in the past life. Okay? Okay, the one, I'm assuming the one you're asking me about, right? This crush, they offered you something, you offered them something in the dream. I don't know what it was though. Okay. Yeah, the elixir of life. Maybe they offered you the elixir of life. A cup of something. Okay. They offered you a cup of something. Or you offered them, somebody offered somebody a cup of something. That's the lighter side. That's the not karmic side. The karmic side is where you left them, they left you. Like it was a leaving in that, would have been in that dream, or vision, or energy. Okay? But your advice is to lean into the elixir of life, lean into the connection that gives you life. Okay? And if you are the person that has two people interested in you, you lean into the side that's pursuing you, that's connecting with you actually, right? Because the karmic or shadow side is one that was really avoidant towards you. My lighter just jumped off the table. I had a pile where a flame needed to be lit. Listen, I don't even know how that happened. The lighter just, no one's touching the lighter. And it just jumped off the table. It's one of those big long ones too. Like jumped off the table, the lighter. So that's freaky, and it's probably relevant to your life. Go to the one, lean into that connection where it's fueling you, where it's giving you life, where it's not passive, where it's not avoidant, because there's someone lingering in the background that got regrets. You are in fact the owl, or the owl is a symbol here. Okay, you see that, right? You see that. So learn the truth and lean into that elixir of life. Leaning into your elixir of life will lead to you learning the truth. Okay, so thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm gonna close you out now.